What's up everyone, and welcome back to Top 5 Central. Today we're looking at the top 5 homeless people who got exposed for, well, not actually being homeless. So right now, make sure you're subscribed and comment below for a chance to win a free Amazon gift card. I mean, it takes less than 5 seconds to do, so why not do it real quick? Also, let's see if we can smash 5,000 likes on this video, but with that said, let's get right into it. Number 5. Now, if I'm being totally honest, I don't really know what to say about this guy because when he finally got busted for being a fake beggar, well, he wasn't even mad about it. Like, for years, he's been making $100,000 a year by begging, and even though some of what he says is true, it isn't the whole story. I mean, he is in a wheelchair for real, but the character he puts on is totally fake and is literally designed just to make people feel bad for him. Like, seriously, the dude has a degree in speech, linguistics, and body language, and he used it to trick people into thinking he has a learning disability and was super vulnerable. So yeah, you're probably thinking that's an awful thing to do, and you're right, but like I said, he didn't even feel bad when he was caught. I'm not even joking, he actually thanked the news for busting him because he wanted people to see how good he was at his act. In fact, he's not even planning on stopping, he's just gonna move to a different city and start all over again.
Why that camera for?
Chances are you've seen him.
Try to get to the restaurant.
Sympathized with his wheelchair, his drawn hands. His story ripped at your heart.
They give me money and to get some.
About it.
I appreciate you guys busting me.
Appreciate this.
Yeah, I'm really good at it, really good. I clear about $100,000 a year doing this.
Number 4. Now, making up a character is one thing, but straight up pretending you don't have any legs, well, most people would agree that's kind of crossing a line. Anyways, basically this dude thought something was off when he saw the beggar lying on the ground on a skateboard because he's seen him walking on and off a bus that morning. So of course he confronted him, but he totally denied it, so all he could do was reveal his legs and find out the truth. And so yeah, it totally worked, because the dude had crossed his legs behind him and hid his feet in his underwear, making it look like his legs were totally gone. Anyways, you'd think that he'd apologize and give it up, right? But no, he just kept skateboarding away as if nothing had happened. Like, damn, that's a really bad thing to do. Like, I don't know how these people are even doing it. Number 3. Honestly, it's pretty shameless to pretend like you're homeless when you're not, but if you're driving a pretty nice car and living in a big house, that's actually even worse. So to kind of give a bit of a backstory, Jack Vale's uncle saw this dude walking around with a sign asking for money, but then he also saw him driving away in a fairly expensive looking car, and obviously he thought something was up. So Jack investigated, and after watching the dude for a couple of hours, he took people's money and then literally just drove back to his nice home. Anyway, things got nasty when they finally confronted him about it, because even though he tried to deny it, he couldn't keep up the act for long. Even worse, he ended up saying that they were all jealous of him and all the money he had, and didn't seem to think lying was a big deal, which is so ridiculous, I think he must have just been panicking. Either way, if you hate fake homeless people who beg for money, leave a like on the video right now. I really think there should be some kind of law against that, because seriously, why would anyone want to work when you could just beg for money on the streets? Like, it's so not fair.
Oh, look at that. There's another score right there, right? There you go, bam. Anything helps, God bless. Homeless at the top, I think. There, right there, bam.
No, go back.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing okay, how can I help you?
Is this your, I'm just curious, is this your house?
No, it's a friend of mine's house.
I think I saw you over here on the corner, holding up a sign. You might,
No way,
you might remember
no, I don't
holding
think-
up
I
a
don't
sign.
think it was-
So we followed you.
So, it seems like you're a little jealous of me, bro. Is that what it is?
No, no.
You come into my house and you questioning me about what I did all day today.
If you literally couldn't have a
Dude,
job,
I
then
made that
understand.
sign that I
You
earned
made
money.
the sign. Are you kidding me right
Yes, I made the sign. I've asked you nicely to get off my porch.
I'm getting
okay,
off
now
it.
get serious.
All right.
Number 2. So it's always bad when you find out someone's just pretending to be struggling. When you're not doing too well yourself, it's gotta hurt even worse to know you've been cheated. I mean, this guy was giving money to what he thought was a homeless widow every day for months, even though he was working 2 jobs himself. In fact, there were days when he gave the woman money for food even though he couldn't afford to eat himself. So obviously when he found out she was driving an expensive 2013 car and wasn't actually homeless at all, he was pretty furious. The good news is though, he went viral, but it didn't stop the woman from hanging out and begging in the same spot and totally denying she had a car to anyone who asked.
You asking for money in the middle of the street and you drive a 2013 car?
That's Daniel Ayala in the video.
Well, I see this little old lady there, 78, 90 years old, she's looking like.
Says he works 2 jobs, but still tries to give to people who need help.
I see you hungry. I give you every day $3, $2. Thursday, I did not eat. I give you
That lady was back at that same median today, but didn't want to talk about her car.
I don't have no car. Get the hell away from me right now. Get up.
Okay, here's our honorable mention. I've said before that pretending to be disabled is about as low as you can get, and this guy obviously knows it, because even when the cops came around, he didn't want to give up the act. Like, what actually happened is pretty simple. I mean, this dude was told to move along, and he started packing up his things insanely slowly, because it was obvious he just didn't want to move. Like, at first it seems like he's just nervous, but when he takes off his jacket, you can see what he's hiding. I mean, his legs are totally visible through his shirt. Anyways, in the end, he just has to get up and walk away, revealing to the world that either he's been a liar the whole time, or some kind of miracle happened as soon as the police showed up, and I think we both know which one that was. Number 1. Now I've gotta admit, this woman is super committed to her character, but that doesn't make any of what she does okay. So yeah, she's been saying for months that she damaged her back in a car accident and has been begging on 5th Avenue with a crazy amount of success. The thing is, well, every day she takes the bus back to where she's parked her own van and comes out of it looking and acting totally fine. Even worse, camera crews have seen her going out shopping and even hanging out with friends, all without the disability that makes her so much money during the day. With that said, when she was confronted by the news network, them knowing the truth didn't make any difference at all. Like, she just kept hobbling away and sticking to the same story, almost as if to her the lie didn't matter one bit.
Just how genuine are those people you see on the street asking for a handout? Day after day, we watch this sad, pathetic woman hobbling on crutches and shaking her cup for donations. And boy, did her cup run at them. Here she is, getting off a bus in Queens and hopping into a minivan. But it's a totally different looking woman that emerges when the van pulls over. Why, it's a miracle. Here she is, walking perfectly fine. And of course, the crutches are gone.
And there's a video on the top 5 homeless people who got exposed on camera. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to leave a like down below and subscribe so you see whenever we upload a video. Also, if you have your own top 5 or top 10 idea, feel free to use your Extremely Handy form in the description to submit it. With that said, thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.